Hi everyone, OpenAI might truly be the craziest tech brand in the world. This company is developing a physical AI device that could change the way you interact with your phone forever. Not a phone, not a watch, not glasses, a tiny, screenless object designed to sit next to the iPhone and the MacBook as a third core device. This is a real product, already in development, backed by billions of dollars, and it may decide who controls AI access for the next decade. Here's the truth upfront. This video is about OpenAI's first consumer hardware device. Internally known as Gumdrop, a pen-shaped, screenless AI companion designed by Jony Ive, built by Foxconn, and expected to launch around 2026 or 2027, and the reason it exists has nothing to do with cool gadgets. It's about survival, because right now, OpenAI has a massive problem. They don't control how people reach AI. Apple does, Google does, and if that doesn't change, OpenAI risks being locked out of its own future. Galima, let's break down what Gumdrop actually is and why it's way more dangerous than it looks. Every credible report describes the same thing. Gumdrop is small, about the size of an iPod Shuffle, light enough to wear around your neck or drop into a pocket, and intentionally screenless. No display, no scrolling, no notifications, just a microphone, a camera, and voice as the primary interface. And here's a detail most people miss, but it matters a lot. One repeated capability is the ability to capture handwritten notes and instantly upload them into chat. That tells you everything about the design philosophy. This device is not fighting for your attention. It's designed to capture context, intent, and information in moments where pulling out your phone feels awkward or disruptive. This is not a phone replacement. It's not a smartwatch killer. It's a silent companion that lives alongside the devices you already use. Now let's talk about why Jony Ive is involved, because this is where things get serious. OpenAI acquired Ive's hardware startup, IO Products, in an all-stock deal reportedly worth around $6.5 billion. That is an absurd commitment for a company that has never shipped consumer hardware. I've publicly called this project a priority. Sam Altman went further, saying the prototypes are far ahead of what people expect from AI hardware. And the manufacturing choices confirm this isn't a toy. Early plans involved Luxshare, a major Chinese manufacturer. Then OpenAI changed course and moved production to Foxconn, the same company that builds iPhones and Google Pixel devices. Manufacturing is expected in Vietnam, with possible US production later. That move is expensive and deliberate. OpenAI does not want its first major hardware product built in mainland China. Foxconn doesn't scale unless the volumes are real. This isn't a gadget launch. This is infrastructure, and OpenAI knows exactly what happens when you get this wrong. Humane's AI pin launched with insane hype and collapsed in under a year. Rabbits are once sold well initially, then daily usage cratered to a few thousand users. Those companies tried to invent new categories without controlling the platform underneath. OpenAI is doing the opposite. Their real weakness isn't intelligence. It's access. On iPhone, Siri owns the system-level interface. On Android, Gemini is embedded everywhere. Browsers, app stores. Default assistants all controlled by companies that directly compete with OpenAI. And this fear is not theoretical. In open court, during Google's antitrust trial, Checks had Nick Turley admitted it directly. OpenAI is deeply worried about being shut out by companies that control discovery points. Because users don't choose AI based on benchmarks. They use whatever is default. A dedicated device breaks that dependency. A screenless, always available object creates a direct path to the user. No app store, no home screen. No permission from Apple or Google. Voice becomes habitual, presence becomes persistent. That's why OpenAI is suddenly obsessed with audio. Multiple reports confirm OpenAI is reorganizing teams to unify text and audio models internally. They believe current voice systems lag behind text in accuracy and speed, and that's unacceptable. For a voice-first device, one leaked detail is huge. OpenAI is working on audio models that can respond while you're still talking, no waiting for silence, no turn-based lag. That single change makes AI feel conversational instead of mechanical, and the timing is not random. These audio upgrades are expected in early 2026, exactly when Gumdrop prototypes are expected to mature. The hardware is shaping the models, not the other way around. Now let's address the uncomfortable part. Data. High-quality human data is becoming scarce. Synthetic data helps, but it creates feedback loops. A wearable device that captures audio, environment, and handwritten input creates a completely new data stream. Some people jokingly call Gumdrop a reality scraper. OpenAI would never frame it that way, and if privacy isn't handled perfectly, this device dies instantly. A screenless device with a microphone and camera must ship with physical mute switches, visible indicators, transparent logs, and meaningful on-device processing. Humane failed here. OpenAI cannot afford to. From a business standpoint, Gumdrop isn't about hardware margins. Estimated price, around $199 to $299. Estimated bill of materials, maybe $70 to $120. The real money is the ecosystem. If just 25% of buyers convert to a $20 per month chat subscription and stay for 2 years, that's roughly $120 in lifetime value per user. At scale, that rivals the hardware profit itself. This is the Kindle strategy applied to AI, and OpenAI needs it. The company is reportedly seeking up to $100 billion in new funding. Targeting a valuation near $850 billion, it doesn't expect profitability until around 2030. Meanwhile, data centers, compute, and energy costs are exploding. AI infrastructure is now a political problem. Power grids are aging, electricity prices are rising. Communities are pushing back against data centers. And competition is closing in. Gemini, XAI, Perplexity, and others are spending billions. Model quality will converge. Costs will drop. Intelligence will become a commodity. When that happens, distribution wins. That's why OpenAI is thinking far beyond a single device. Reports suggest Pinterest could be an acquisition target, bringing 600 million users, massive image data, and high purchase intent. Even more shocking, OpenAI openly stated it would consider buying Google Chrome if regulators force a divestiture. Chrome isn't just a browser, it's the front door to the internet. Put all of this together, and Gumdrop stops looking like an AI pen. It becomes the physical edge of a much larger war. So here's the real question. Will people trust a screenless AI device enough to make it part of their daily life? Because if they do, OpenAI doesn't just win hardware, it wins access. And in a future where AI models look the same and cost the same, access is everything. This device doesn't need to be revolutionary. It just needs to be unavoidable. If you found this breakdown valuable, hit like, subscribe for more deep dives like this, and tell me in the comments, would you wear an always listening AI device? I'll see you in the next one.